Welcome back to our channel. We're looking at a story today unfolding in one of the world's most critical waterways. The South China Sea is more than just a body of water. It's a major artery for global trade, and a flashpoint for international tensions. For years, we've seen a tense dance between nations here. But now, a new player has entered the stage, changing the rules of the game entirely. This new player isn't a massive warship or a stealth fighter. It's small, it's fast, and it doesn't carry a single sailor. We are talking about unmanned patrol boats. Their arrival is a development one major world power cannot ignore. The story centers on a powerful and growing alliance. United States, Philippines. Together, they are introducing advanced technology into these contested waters, aiming to create a new level of awareness and a new level of security. This isn't just about a few new gadgets, it represents a significant strategic shift. The goal is to provide the Philippines with the tools it needs to monitor its own territory, protect its fishermen, and uphold international law. It's a quiet revolution, happening on the waves, promising very loud consequences for the region. These unmanned vessels are at the heart of a much larger strategy, a symbol of renewed commitment between old allies facing new complex challenges. As tensions simmer and sometimes boil over, these robotic boats offer a way to see what's happening in real time, without putting human lives in the direct line of fire. They can patrol vast areas, gather intelligence, and stream data back to command centers hundreds of miles away. It's a bold move designed to change the strategic calculus in a region where every move is carefully watched by the entire world. So, what exactly are these unmanned patrol boats, or as the experts call them, unmanned surface vessels, USVs? Imagine a small, sleek boat, but with no one on board to steer it. Instead, it's controlled by a human operator from a safe location, sometimes hundreds of miles away, or it can even operate on its own using artificial intelligence. These are not simple, remote-controlled toys. They are sophisticated pieces of military-grade technology designed for a very specific and serious purpose: to be the eyes and ears of a navy in places that are too dangerous or difficult for larger crewed ships to go. The primary mission of these USVs is maritime domain awareness. In simple terms, this means knowing what is happening out on the water at all times. They are equipped with advanced sensors, high-definition cameras and radar systems. This allows them to patrol vast stretches of ocean, identify other vessels, and track their movements day and night, in good weather and bad. The information they gather is then sent back to a command center in real time, giving decision-makers a clear and immediate picture of the maritime environment. The United States has supplied the Philippines with several types of these advanced boats. Two notable models are the Mantis T-12. The Mantis T-12 is a smaller 12-foot vessel. It's all electric, very fast, and can carry a variety of surveillance equipment. Think of it as a nimble scout, able to zip around quickly to investigate points of interest. The Devil Ray T-38 is a larger and more robust platform, capable of longer missions and carrying heavier payloads. Together, they form a versatile team, able to handle different tasks as part of a coordinated surveillance network. The reason for this supply is clear: to bolster the Philippines' ability to monitor its own waters, particularly the area it calls the West Philippine Sea. For years, the Philippine Navy has been challenged by the sheer size of the area it needs to patrol. These USVs act as a force multiplier. They allow the Navy to have a persistent presence in key areas, documenting activities and deterring illicit actions without having to deploy expensive warships or risk the lives of sailors. The deployment of these unmanned boats is not happening in a vacuum. It's the latest chapter in a long, storied alliance between the United States and the Philippines. Rooted in a mutual defense treaty, that partnership has seen a dramatic revitalization in recent years. The shared goal, a free and open Indo-Pacific, where all nations can operate without coercion or intimidation. The USV program is one of the most visible examples of this renewed cooperation, turning strategic promises into capabilities on the water. This deepening partnership goes far beyond hardware. The U.S. is investing in infrastructure and in training. In July 2024, a $500 million foreign military financing program was announced, with the Philippines a key beneficiary. That funding will provide more USVs, support systems, maintenance facilities, and expert training, designed to operate them for years to come. It's a long-term push to build Philippine self-reliance and modernize its armed forces for 21st century challenges. Joint exercises are a cornerstone. Events like Balikatan have become crucial platforms. At Balikatan 2025, U.S. and Philippine forces trained side by side, operating USVs in realistic scenarios. U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth highlighted these operations during a visit to Manila, underscoring their importance. These exercises build muscle memory and trust, so the two militaries can act seamlessly if a real crisis erupts. To accelerate this effort, a public-private maritime security consortium launched in late 2024. Managed by the Defense Innovation Unit, it provides up to $95 million annually to bring cutting-edge unmanned systems from the private sector to Southeast Asian partners. The Philippines is a primary focus. It's a way to bypass slow bureaucracy and get the latest tech into allies' hands quickly, helping them keep pace with a rapidly changing security landscape. This multi-pronged approach shows how serious the commitment is. Technology is only as good as the infrastructure and people that support it. Recognizing this, the United States and the Philippines are not just deploying new boats. They are building new bases and establishing specialized units to operate them. A key development is the construction of a new facility on the western coast of Palawan, in the municipality of Quezon. This location is strategically vital, situated only 160 miles from the flashpoint of 2nd Thomas Shoal. This base is being specifically designed to host watercraft, including the new fleet of unmanned surface vessels. The design of this Palawan facility emphasizes speed and readiness. The plans call for a system that can get the USVs from the base into the water and on their way to a mission within just 15 minutes. This rapid deployment capability is critical in a region where situations can escalate quickly. Being able to launch a surveillance mission at a moment's notice provides a huge tactical advantage. The base, funded by the United States, is expected to be fully operational by early 2026, serving as a forward operating hub for the Philippine Navy's growing unmanned fleet. To manage this new fleet, the Philippine Navy formally established a dedicated unmanned surface vessel unit in 2024. This specialized unit is based in Subic Bay, a location with a long history as a strategic naval port. Creating a separate unit ensures that there are sailors and officers with the specific expertise needed to operate, maintain, and analyze the data from these sophisticated systems. It marks a formal embrace of unmanned technology as a core component of the Philippines' future naval strategy, moving it from a novelty to an essential part of their operational toolkit. In addition to building new facilities, the United States is also upgrading existing ones. Naval Detachment Oyster Bay, another crucial base in Palawan used for resupply missions to contested areas, is receiving between $1 and $5 million in United States funding. This money will be used to develop the repair and maintenance infrastructure needed to support the USVs that are already operating from there. By ensuring these forward bases can service the boats locally, the alliance is creating a more resilient and sustainable network, capable of maintaining a persistent watch over the West Philippine Sea. Let's dive deeper into the incredible technology that makes these unmanned boats so effective. The secret to their power lies in the seamless integration of several advanced systems. At their core, USVs are equipped with autonomous navigation. They can follow a pre-programmed route on their own, using GPS and onboard sensors to avoid obstacles and stay on course. This frees up human operators to analyze incoming data rather than steer. The real mission payload is the Intelligence, Surveillance and Reconnaissance (ISR) package. It includes a suite of high-tech sensors. The Mantas T-12 can carry up to 140 pounds of equipment. Electro-optical cameras for clear daytime video, thermal imaging cameras for seeing at night, advanced radar systems to detect ships from miles away. All this information is collected and processed on the vessel, ready to be sent back to the command center. This gives operators a comprehensive, multi-layered view of the operational area. But how does all this data get from a small boat in the middle of the ocean back to shore in real time? The answer lies in space. The USVs are equipped with Starlink terminals provided by SpaceX. These terminals create a high-speed, reliable satellite internet connection at sea. This allows the boats to stream high-definition video and large data files back with minimal delay. Over-the-horizon communication capability is a game-changer. It allows the Philippine Navy to operate the boats from a safe distance while seeing exactly what the boat sees as it happens. This combination, autonomous navigation, advanced ISR payloads, and satellite communications, was demonstrated to top officials. The demonstration included former U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin in November 2024. The demo showed both over-the-horizon and line-of-sight capabilities, giving the Philippine Navy a flexible and powerful tool for maritime awareness. With burst speeds of over 30 knots, these boats can quickly redeploy to new areas of interest, making them a highly responsive surveillance asset. This technology isn't science fiction, it's being used right now to bring unprecedented transparency to the South China Sea. To understand why these unmanned boats are so important, we have to look at the real-world events unfolding in the West Philippine Sea. Tensions are not just theoretical, they have resulted in dangerous and violent confrontations. One of the most serious incidents occurred on June 17, 2024, at 2nd Thomas Shoal. This submerged reef is home to a grounded World War II-era ship, the BRP Sierra Madre, which serves as a makeshift military outpost for the Philippines. On that day, a routine resupply mission turned into a violent clash. According to reports, vessels from the Chinese Coast Guard and maritime militia aggressively interfered with the Philippine mission. They reportedly rammed the smaller Philippine supply boats and used a variety of forceful tactics. Video from the event showed Chinese personnel brandishing handheld tools. Photos from the event showed Chinese personnel using water cannons at close range. The clash was intense and physical, going far beyond the usual shadowing and maneuvering. For the Philippines, this was a clear and unacceptable escalation of aggressive behavior within their own exclusive economic zone. The human cost of this incident was severe. During the chaos, a Filipino sailor suffered a grievous injury, losing a finger in the confrontation. This event sent shockwaves through the Philippines and across the international community. It was a stark reminder of how quickly these maritime standoffs can escalate into actual physical harm. The incident underscored the immense risks that Filipino sailors face every time they undertake a mission to resupply their own outpost. It also highlighted the urgent need for new ways to conduct these missions more safely. The June 17th clash became a major catalyst for change. It directly led to the formal establishment of a U.S. military unit called Task Force Ayungin, named after the Philippine term for the shoal. U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin confirmed its existence in mid-2024. This task force, based in Palawan, is dedicated to providing technical assistance and intelligence support for the Philippines' USV operations. While the missions themselves remain purely Philippine-led, the task force ensures they have the best possible support. The incident proved that the old ways were too dangerous, and that new technology like USVs was no longer an option but a necessity. China has not been a passive observer of these developments. Beijing has consistently and forcefully asserted its claims over nearly the entire South China Sea, ignoring a 2016 international tribunal ruling that invalidated them. The increased U.S.-Philippines cooperation and the deployment of advanced surveillance technology are seen by Beijing as a direct challenge to its regional ambitions. In response, China has not backed down. Instead, it has escalated its own presence and aggressive tactics, creating an increasingly tense and unpredictable environment on the water. Throughout 2024 and into 2025, we have seen a clear shift in Chinese tactics toward what analysts call a more direct use of force. This includes not just the aggressive use of water cannons and military-grade lasers, but also deliberate physical contact between ships. Chinese Coast Guard vessels, which are often much larger than their Philippine counterparts, have been used to block Philippine boats, bump Philippine boats, ram Philippine boats in an attempt to intimidate them and disrupt their missions. This pattern of behavior is designed to assert dominance and enforce China's claims without firing a shot, a classic gray zone strategy. One of the most intimidating tools in China's arsenal is its massive Coast Guard cutter, Vessel 5901, often nicknamed the Monster Ship. This ship, at 165 meters long, is the largest Coast Guard vessel in the world, dwarfing nearly everything the Philippine Navy or Coast Guard can deploy. In January 2025, China deployed this massive ship to the waters around Scarborough Shoal, another contested feature. The presence of such a vessel is a powerful act of intimidation, a clear physical statement of China's power and its willingness to use its size advantage to control the seas. China's official response has been to blame the Philippines and the United States for raising tensions. Chinese officials have accused the Philippines of provoking incidents and have warned the U.S. against interfering in what they consider to be a regional dispute. They view the USV program and the new bases as part of an American strategy to contain China. This narrative ignores the aggressive actions of their own vessels, but it is a consistent message from Beijing. The result is a dangerous cycle of action and reaction, where each side's defensive moves are seen as offensive by the other, pushing the region closer to a crisis. The escalating tensions in the South China Sea are not just a concern for the Philippines, the US, and China. The entire international community is watching with growing anxiety. This waterway is a critical artery for global commerce, with trillions of dollars in trade passing through it every year. Any disruption or conflict in the region could have devastating consequences for the global economy. Many nations have voiced support for international law and the freedom of navigation, seeing those principles challenged by China's actions. Allies and partners of the US have been increasingly vocal. Japan, Australia, the United Kingdom, Canada have stepped up maritime presence in the region. Joint freedom of navigation operations and multinational exercises are becoming more common. They've issued strong diplomatic statements condemning coercion and reaffirmed the 2016 arbitral tribunal ruling. This growing chorus sends a clear message to Beijing that its actions are isolating it, and that a rules-based international order has broad support. Regional organizations are in a difficult position, particularly ASEAN. Many member states have their own disputes with China, but the bloc's consensus rule makes unified stances hard. Increasing Chinese aggressiveness is putting immense pressure on ASEAN. Negotiations for a code of conduct have new urgency, though progress remains painfully slow. The Philippines' deployment of USVs is seen by many as a positive, stabilizing development. It's a legitimate, non-escalatory way for a smaller nation to assert sovereign rights. Using unmanned systems for surveillance lets the Philippines gather undeniable evidence of illegal acts and aggression without putting sailors in harm's way. That transparency and evidence-based reporting internationalizes the issue, turning a maritime standoff into a matter of international law and principle, a fight the Philippines is better positioned to win. So, where do we go from here? As of today, August 22, 2025, the South China Sea remains a complex and dynamic theater of competition. The United States and the Philippines have drawn a new line in the sand, or rather a new wake in the water. By deploying these advanced unmanned patrol boats, they have introduced a powerful new tool for transparency. These USVs are now silently patrolling the waves, watching, recording, reporting back. They represent a strategic decision to counter intimidation with information and to empower an ally to stand up for its rights under international law. The key question now is how China will choose to respond in the long term. Will it continue to escalate its aggressive tactics, perhaps even targeting these unmanned vessels directly? Or will the persistent, undeniable evidence gathered by these boats force a change in strategy? The presence of these USVs means that every aggressive maneuver, every blast from a water cannon, every dangerous blockade is likely to be captured on high-definition video and shared with the world in near real time. This shines a bright and uncomfortable spotlight on actions that thrive in the shadows. This is not a story with a clear ending, it's an ongoing saga that we all have a stake in. Freedom of navigation, respect for international law, right of nations to operate free from coercion. These are the very foundations of global stability. The brave Filipino sailors on the front lines, American technology training, are defending more than just a shoal or a fishing ground. They are defending a vision of a world where rules matter and where might does not automatically make right. But this story isn't just for us to report, it's for you to engage with. What are your thoughts on this strategy? Do you believe technology like this can truly level the playing field and deter aggression? Or does it risk escalating tensions even further? We want to hear what you think. Drop your opinions in the comments below, and let's start a real conversation. And if you want to stay on top of this critical story as it continues to unfold, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. This is one issue you won't want to miss. Thanks for watching.